All right, everybody, welcome to the wrap-up. Welcome back to the wrap-up. If you joined us on News Channel 10-2, we're high definition in Week 7. And, Matt, we're into district play just about everywhere, just waiting on those 4-team districts to take their week off, then we'll be fully in. But most of our area teams into the important part of the season, playoff spots on the line already, district races. It's a ton of fun. This is what we've been waiting for and building to all season long.
That's right, and one of those big games that we've been looking forward to, an underrated Paladero team taking on a high-power Randall team. And let's go ahead and get into those highlights. Paladero visiting Randall.
I got you, Matt. Colin Bowen. We're going to start you off in the first quarter, no score. And Colin Bowen does what Colin Bowen does, looks and finds his main man at wide receiver, Logan Britton. He's a high jump champion. Just go up and get it. Logan, go up and get it. He does right there. Here's the other part of that big Randall offense. Tyler Janelle, a long run. Got to give love to Janelle. Got to give love to that Randall offensive line who showed up so big this year. That was their question. They've answered it. Here's Janelle finishing off that drive with a short touchdown run.
Get off me!
7-0. Paladero fighting back. Here's Malik Sims to Montreal Meander. Short gain on that one. Same drive. Sims going to use his legs this time for a big gain on this play. Nice job
by the water bug.
Jiving through the defenders there. And then the same drive, Sims. This pass tipped up, and Kai Long with a big defensive play for the Randall Raiders. Intercepted. Randall in a game that we saw 7 lead changes according to our man Lance Lohnert. 27-23. The Raiders moved to 2-0 in the district over Paladero, who falls to 0-2 and now has some serious work to do moving forward. Canyon and Dumas in Dumas. And we pick it up. How about Dumas with their big win over Caprock last week? Canyon fell, so we got 1-0 versus 0-1 in this one. Rylan Gerber, so good through the air. He can take it on the ground as well, runs it up the field, 20 yards on that play. It was 6-0 Dumas, by the way, at this point. Gerber, Nathan Blackwell, touchdown, 20 yards on the play. Dumas in control early on, 13-0. But here comes Canyon. McCauley, Thomas Garland, incomplete. McCauley, Stephen Hansen, not incomplete. 20 yards on the gain up the field. Nice job there. Canyon continuing here. McCauley, Walker Horn on a little handoff. And Horn takes it into the end zone. Powers his way in for the touchdown. Canyon explodes in the second half to win it, 49-28 over the Dumas Demons. Both those teams moved to 1-1.
Let's stay in 4A, but go to District 4 now. Hereford trying to stay undefeated in district play. Ray Martinez with a deep pass to Jadion High for a nice gain. By the way, it was 17-10 Lubbock High when we got there. Then it's Martinez. Dropping back, gets hit hard by Charles Keller. A big sack for Lubbock High, but Martinez, you can't keep him down. Takes the snap around the right side and takes it into the end zone. That would tie the game.
How good
has
Ray Martinez been this year?
He's an athlete, man. You put the ball in his hands, he just makes it happen. Then Bam Jackson on the ground with a nice gain. Hereford trying to hold on. Then Laren Armendariz drops back. But that defense, that Herd defense, Jonathan Zambrano with a big sack. Hereford would explode offensively. 51-24. The White Faces with a big victory over Lubbock High.
They go 2-0 in District 4-4A.
Now let's rewind to Thursday. Amarillo High and Caprock. Caprock can score, we know that, but so can Amarillo High. And if you didn't know Josh Woods before, you're about to. Short touchdown run for Woods, 7-0 Sandys. Then it's Woods. Takes the pitch, cuts back up the middle. 20-yard touchdown run for Woods. His second, 14-0. Then Gabe Rodriguez looking deep. Finds Blaine Prescott, a nice catch. Then it's Woods on the same drive. Taking the pitch around the right side this time. Cuts back inside. 23 yards out. 21-0. Then Amarillo High. Chase Farrell with a 63-yard touchdown run. 28-0 Amarillo High. 49-7.5. Woods. 5 touchdowns in the first half. 6 total. Amarillo High, your big winners in this one, 70-35. So 2 weeks in a row, Jacob, the Sandys make a big statement in District 3-4A. 3-4A.
That's right. And you know what it sets up, Matt? The 2-2-0 teams, Amarillo High and Randall, the
Battle
game
of
a
Bell
lot of
Street.
people have been looking forward to, sets up to be even more important next week. Perhaps a district title on the line between the Raiders and Sandys. It's going to be a ton of fun. And let's look at the other side. We've got Caprock and Palo Duro, both two very talented teams. Who'd have thought that they'd start this off 0-2? That's just how good this district is. We'll see what happens. We don't know. Remember, it's a battle for 4 playoff spots, so anything can happen.
And Canyon's still working their way there in the middle.
Sure, and Dumas is as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a big one, though, set up for you next week between Amarillo High and Randall. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun. 5A, we're going to go to Tascosa, still looking for their first win of the season against Abilene Cooper. The band, they're ready to go. We'll have our Battle of the Bands coming up in a little bit.
In the house tonight.
Tascosa not a part of that yet. We're going to get them in there. Don't you worry, Rebel fans. This is Austin Beasley. Nice gain on the play. Drive would stall, though. Cooper gets it back. Lorenzo Joe to Trey Dye for the touchdown. Cooper makes it 7-0 Cougars. Still first quarter, still 7-0. Here's Bo Gray. And Gray with a nice run. Again, Tascosa moving the ball, but can't finish the drive. They'd have to punt again. Ensuing drive for Cooper. Joe, Anthony Pearson. Pearson weaves his way up the field for a big gain on the play. Still 7-0 as we move to the second quarter. It's that same drive, Joe to Dustin Still after he fools everybody on the play fake. Touchdown, 14-0 Cougars. At that point, they go on to win it, blanking Tascosa 42-0. Our man following the Tascosa Rebels this year, Phil Woodall, joins us on the phone from the Texas Panhandle Sports Network. And Phil, kind of seems like the same old story with Tascosa, just cannot find a way to get that ball into the end zone, even when we saw that offense move it around a little bit. But Abilene Cooper's very, very good.
Yeah, they are very much indeed, Jacob. And I know this is killing you because this is your alma mater, the Tascosa Rebels. In fact, they asked me tonight if you have any eligibility left, and I said, I don't know, but I'll check with you. But they just seem to make little penalties that really hurt them. They actually held Cooper down, held him on the first drive, and then on third down there was an incomplete pass, but they get called for a personal foul after the ball had already been overthrown to the receiver, and then they have a pick, and it gets called back, negated because of a pass interference penalty. And they do move the ball well at times, and right at the end of the half, the first half, Tion Wright had an opportunity to catch a ball in the end zone and just went off his hands, and it just seems like they're snake bit all year, and they're they're just not able to, do what they need to do. They're just having a very tough year. And but the main thing I see about Tascosa, they keep playing hard. They don't quit, and that's the most important thing you can do when you go through a long losing streak like this.
Phil, thank you so much for that. One question, though, because I was there during that personal foul call in the first quarter, and I thought that was a big swing point, too. Coach Plunk and his staff not happy about that, saying the ball was way overthrown. What did you see on the play? Did you agree with it? Not a ton of time to spend on it because in the end it didn't really matter, but that was a big spot in the game.
Well, I thought it was a personal foul call right from the get-go, is because the ball had already been overthrown, and then the defensive back, and I won't name him, hit the ball, hit the receiver down. It's kind of like what you call hitting the defenseless receiver and giving him a pop. And it's really something that you didn't need to do. It was definitely not pass interference, but it was definitely a personal foul call. But, yeah, I thought it could have made a difference. I really don't think it would have because they're so good. That quarterback, Lorenzo Joe, is just outstanding, and they have a bevy of receivers and runners that can take care of business. But, I think the case with Tascosa, they're trying to get that offense going, their option offense, and I think it's a case they just haven't learned how to win. And it's going to be tough next week at Midland Lee, but, they finish up the season with Lubbock Coronado and Odessa High. Those are two games that they have a possibility of winning, and if they do that, you finish with 2 straight wins to finish 2012. That sets you up for 2013.
Phil, thank you so much as always. We always appreciate your insight. Phil Woodall, Texas Panhandle Sports Network. He's been calling those Tascosa games all year. I've said it a million times, Matt. Tascosa will upset somebody and spoil what they're trying to do because they're just so close each week. Now, this was Abilene Cooper, who's a power, so it's a little different than what we've seen in the past few weeks. Don't let that fool you as to the progress Tascosa seems to be making But another tough one for the Rebels.
All right, and you said it. They do get better each week, and we've seen that offense take effect in a few games that we feel they should have won. We'll have to wait and see how this is going to pan out for the Rebels. It's going to be interesting as we get going. But let me tell you what else is interesting. We got our game of the week. Dalhart and Borger fans, don't go away because that's up next as you continue to watch the wrap-up on News Channel 10 in high definition. Stay with us.